the New York Giants 35, the Washington Redskins 33. We'll be back at Yankee.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and welcome to the Gridiron. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you give this video a thumbs up, or maybe leave a comment below, or possibly share this video, it would mean so much to me. But just anyway, just at least thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, guys, woo! Big victory. Now, love it, enjoy it, embrace it. Nothing happier on a month, especially on Monday. If you got to go back to work, you got the long week ahead of you. Nothing better walking in on a Monday, your chest puffed out a little bit and all of that, after a nice victory. Just go on out there and just kick butt. But, don't start drinking the Kool-Aid, all right? Just not yet, all right? If you start getting these grand ideas or visions of, I could see the Giants winning the next 8 games in a row, or, we got Kansas City, we can beat them. Then the Raiders are coming, we could probably beat them by 10, 14 points, and then we got to go on the road against the Bucks. We almost beat them last year. I don't see why we couldn't beat them, Don't start drinking the Kool-Aid yet, all right? Because remember last year, on the road, nobody gave us a chance against Seattle. Big victory, and we come home, and now we're home, baby. We got to be the Cardinals. We got this one. Then we got to play the Browns. There's 2 victories right there, baby. We beat the Seahawks, we beat the Cardinals, and we're going to beat the Browns, and we're just going to, and then, of course, we came home, we laid an egg. All right, then earlier this year, we go on the road, in the Superdome. The Saints are a nice team, and, the hostile fans and all that. We're down, was it 21-10? We come back in the fourth quarter, tie it up, and Jabrill Peppers, wins the 20 crush. We want the fucking ball, baby, right? We get the ball, go down the field, score a touchdown. Barkley goes in for the winning touchdown. Daniel Jones over 400 yards passing. Oh, man. Woo, we go, big victory. All right, okay, now we're going to beat the Cowboys, and then we're going to come home in front of our home fans. We're going to show them how good we are, and we're going to whoop up on the Rams, So just start slowing the brakes a little bit there, guys, all right? It was a very nice victory. Outstanding. You should be proud of the way the guys played, but it's just the one victory. But we still got 10 games left to go. We got a little tough stretch ahead of us. I mean, we're only 2-5. All right, so don't, I mean, if you want to start thinking Super Bowl, you go right ahead. But the way things have been in the past, don't be surprised if you start getting kind of disappointed. All right, it's just one game. All right. Now, the defense did very good. Yeah, I mean, everything, all 3 stages, offense, defense, everything. Then there's only, good total team victory here altogether. Then it was only without really nitpicking, wasn't a well of a lot bad here. Just the 2 things that I just wanted to point out, which were just a little, upsetting, to me. One was, when we had the drive, Kyle Rudolph seemed to go in, and he stepped out at, what was it, I don't know, whatever it was, the 1 yard line or 2 yard line, and we got the ball down there, and we 3 plays in a row, we couldn't get the ball in. 2 times we gave it to Devontae Booker, but he tried to go up the middle, and we had no push, nothing. I'm not sure why, on 4th down, he didn't try to maybe dive and just try to get the ball over the top. I mean, if we had Saquon might have took off and just, did one of his Michael Jordan kind of, Air Jordan kind of things. But it was nope. I mean, Carolina has a good, solid defensive front. There's no question about that. But it's just like, once again, I know we got backups in there and all. It's just, man, very, very, it's just tough. I mean, you get down there, it's tough. Giants have problems scoring points, and you get down there and you had three cracks of it. One was they ran Daniel Jones out. He threw the pass out of the back of the end zone. Smart move. Don't try to. Oh, I can fit it in there, coach. I can do it. And the ball once gets picked off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was just. They didn't come away with anything there, and I can get it. Go for it on there on fourth down, but man, it'd be nice sometime. I'm 57. Sometime, one time before I die. I just asked the football gods, can we get an offensive line? And I know, as I said, I know we have backups in there, right? Can we get an offensive line that just can move somebody one time? One time. I'm not asking for Hall of Fame, and all season long where we're knocking guys. Just one time, can we just plow guys over and just get somebody to pick up a yard? It's like a reoccurring theme, And then the other thing it was a little disappointing or upsetting was, I like the play for Daniel Jones. It was a phenomenal catch and this, that, and the other thing. But man, the hit he took, I'll tell you. I forgot who the cornerback or the safety was, but good, clean shot, good hard hit. It was two things. I get it. Trying to open up the playbook and all, but I mean, next time we do, and you're asking a wide receiver to try to pinpoint where to put the ball at, but can we put the ball where Daniel Jones maybe catches it and runs out of bounds or something? I mean, because it's just hanging up in the air, and he's kind of looking at it and going like this. And meanwhile, as he's doing this, trying to bring it in and all of that, you got somebody there come clean his clock. And if the guy from Carolina wanted to be a little cheap shot, which he wasn't, got to give the guy from Carolina all the credit in the world. Good, clean, hard hit. If he wanted to bring his shoulder up a little higher, or if he wanted to do a little helmet-to-helmet contact or something like that, guess what? Daniel Jones would have concussion number 2. So I get it. I understand you got to open up things up, but all that stuff, I get it. Okay, but you really want to put Daniel Jones in harm's way once again. But anyway, other than that, I mean, you can nitpick something here or there or whatever. But for the most part, woo, huh? Woo, 25-3, baby. How about that defense, huh? We came into the game with 10 quarterback sacks. Now we had 6. And I did say in the preview video I did the day before was that the Carolina, I think going into this game, I think gave up 18 sacks so far in 6 games. So they're giving up at least 3 sacks a game. Okay, so they were giving up pressures and all that stuff and everything. So at least the Giants were able to take advantage of that. I mean, there's nothing worse than having a team that's kind of struggling and all and everything, and you can't even lay a hand on them. Giants did very, very well for themselves yesterday. And also the pressure, because the pressure got those 6 sacks, but it was the pressure that led to Sam Darnold throwing it. Get the intentional grounding in the end zone that led to the safety, huh? That's a sweet score. That's a sweet score, because then you get the ball back, right? So you get the safety, you get the 2 points, but then you get the ball back in decent field position usually most of the time. Leo the line, Leonard Williams had it back-to-back. Okay, good games. Very, very impressive, Leo. Very, very impressive. Okay, last week he was one of the few bright spots the Giants had. But this week, once again, okay, he's kind of showing you why. I mean, he was a little absent in the beginning of the season. I'm not going to argue about that, but at least the past couple weeks, okay, he's done very well for himself. He had 1.5 sacks. He had 3 quarterback hits. He had 7 quarterback pressures. All right, so Carolina threw the ball 39 times. All right, so he had 7 pressures out of 39 times. So that's pretty good. I mean, then you got Azeez Ojulari. All right, he had 2.5 quarterback sacks. Now he has 5.5. Okay, for the season. So 5 and we still got 10 games left. So I mean, unless something catastrophic happens, where he gets badly hurt, knock on wood, hopefully that don't happen. But unless something horrible happens, he should be breaking the record, okay, for rookies. Now, B.J. Hill, his rookie season, he had 5.5 sacks his rookie season. And when he had that, I was kind of like, oh man, we got a diamond in the rough here. I mean, and then of course now we traded him away. But he tied B.J. Hill. So since 1982, of course, we all know Lawrence Taylor came in the league in 1981. So that's why Lawrence Taylor's rookie stats are not here. But since 1982, okay, the 5.5 sacks that he has, and B.J. Hill has, that's the most that a Giants rookie has had. Okay, since sacks became an official stat. All right, 1982. Okay, so he's up to 5.5. All right, so he had 1 in each first 3 games. Okay, then he had like a 3-game where he just kind of disappeared. All right, and but yesterday, very, very good. 2.5 sacks, 8 quarterback pressures. Very impressive. So basically, 1 out of every 5 times that the Panthers dropped back to pass, he got a quarterback pressure. So he did very, very well. James Bradbury came up with a huge interception. It was a bad pass. It was overthrown. But, how many times this year so far have we seen where Giants defenders have had balls they could have picked off and they just dropped them? All right, well, James Bradbury took care of that, and it was on a drive that the Panthers certainly could have gotten another field goal out of, so that was very, very, very important, very good interception. Kept the game, tight, okay, until the Giants basically erupted in the last 16 minutes of the game. The defense gave up only 173 total yards. Very, very impressive. Okay, they gave up 11 first downs. They gave up 117 passing yards. They gave up only 56 rushing yards. The Panthers were 2 for 15 on third down conversions. Very good. Now, so you got to take everything with a grain of salt. The Giants were banged up. We ain't arguing with that. The Panthers are kind of a little banged up too, as well. Okay, the Giants defense faced a team that was, it's not as prolific as like the Rams were. The Rams came into the game pretty much injury free. All right. The Giants, when they played the Cowboys, all right, the Cowboys had, everybody, ABCD Lamb was in there, Schultz was there, Wilson was there, Dak was there, Amari Cooper was there, Pollard was healthy, Zeke was healthy, the offensive line. I mean, so we're playing, teams that, good scoring offenses that were healthy. Here, the Panthers are not a good scoring offense, and they really weren't that healthy. And not only that, but, Darnold got benched in the fourth quarter as well. So he just wasn't having a very good game at all. And finally, the defense, only took 7 games. The defense did not give up a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the first half. First 6 games of the season, they gave up a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Nothing more demoralizing. It's like, like hockey. You're down to the last 30 seconds or so of the period. Maybe you're taking a 1-0 lead into the period, or it's 0-0 or something, and you give up a goal in the last 15 seconds of a period. Same thing like football. You get inside the final 2 minutes, and the first half, and the score is whatever, and you kind of all right, we're tied, okay, and then you just give up a touchdown, and it's just like, you go into halftime, now we're losing, So they did a very, very good job. Matt Rule wanted to run the ball at least 30 times, take the ball out of Sam Darnold's hands, okay, and kind of rely on that running game. Chuba, Hubbard. Man, I love saying that name. Well, the Giants only gave up 56 yards rushing. Giants defense really stepped up big. Did a very, very good job. And and obviously the defense gave up 3 points on the opening drive and nothing else. And that was a doinker. It doinked the upright and bounced through. So if he missed that extra that field goal, I'm sorry, the Giants might have pitched a shutout. How impressive would that have been, huh? Now you got to figure, you look at the offense. Okay, you had Peart, you had Hernandez, you had Skura, you had Solder, you had Price. I mean, not going to scare the heck out of a lot of real top defenses. Okay, they did a good job, but I mean, then you look at who do we have on offense other than Daniel Jones? We had Devontae Booker. We had Sills, Colin Johnson, Rudolph. We had John Ross. We had Pettis out there. Ingram. We had Slayton out there. I mean, not a lot of guys out there that are going to scare the crap out of you. Okay. So, I mean, what Daniel Jones, what the offense was able to do, we didn't get a whole bunch of yards or anything like that. I think we had 21 first downs. We had over 300 yards of offense. Nothing crazy. But, what we had blocking for us and what we had, running routes and all of that, I mean, Pettis and Sills, Devontae Booker out there running routes, Colin Johnson out. I mean, it's like, we got like third string guys out there running routes for us. So, for what we were able to accomplish, score 25 points. And I said if we were able to score a touchdown on that one drive where we had goal to go, heck, it could have been 32-3. If we were able to score a touchdown, or if we kicked a field goal there, I would have been a little demoralizing. I get it, but it could have been at least 28-3. Offense, ball control. We had the ball for 34 minutes and 35 seconds. 34 and a half minutes. Very, very good. But it's as I said, stuff's all relative, guys. Okay, if your defense is playing good, shutting the other team down, they keep giving the ball back to you, your offense is on the field, obviously, But if your defense can't stop anybody, now your offense is on the sideline waiting to get the ball, So the defense did a very good job, okay, and it kept giving the ball back to the offense, and the offense, finally in the last, as I said, 16 minutes of the game, that's when we started putting up some points. It was a baseball game. It was Mike Piazza had a 3-run home run. Dave Kingman, if you can go back that far, had a 2-run home run. So the New York Mets had 5. The Carolina Yankees had 3. Reggie Jackson hit a 3-run home run. So it was 5-3 with about 16 minutes left to go in the game. But so we had 0 turnovers. Phenomenal. No fumbles from Daniel Jones. No fumbles from the only fumble we did have that I remember seeing was James Bradbury after he intercepted the pass. Started running back. Somebody hit the ball. The ball bounced on the ground. I believe bounced right back up to him, and he recovered it. That's the only fumble I remember seeing. We were 7 out of 16 on third down conversions. Very impressive. Not quite 50%, but we'll tell you what, 7 out of 16, something like that keeps drives alive. Very, very good. We were 2 out of 3 in red zone trips. Okay, so obviously the one we didn't get was when we had the ball down like the 1-yard line, and we tried to get it in. We couldn't do it. I mean, as I said, we at least could have kicked a field goal, but at least we were 2 out of 3. You can take 2 out of 3. 66.6%. That you could take. Last year, I think if I remember correctly, Green Bay Packers. Okay, I think they were 70% or a little above 70%. So they have Aaron Rodgers, and they get into the red zone, they score. And needless to say, the Packers were a phenomenal team last year. Didn't win the Super Bowl now, but they were a very good team last year. And their red zone percentage was at least 70%. Okay, so if you can go 2 for 3, all right, in the red zone, that's phenomenal. Score 2 touchdowns out of 3 trips inside the red zone. That's absolutely phenomenal. Graham Gano did a very good job, 3 for 3 against his old team. Okay, so he wanted to do good, and he did very, very good. The announcer, I forgot what field goal it was. It's just like usually you kick the ball and you kind of like, the kicker like looks like for at least a second or two, and then like this. Well, one of the field goals, I forgot which one it was. It wasn't the first one. It was either the second or third one, but even the announcer said something. As soon as he kicked it, he just knew it was good. As soon as it left his foot. Yeah. So when you got a kicker in the zone like that, as Graham Gano can be, okay, he can miss one here or there or whatever, but you got so far, between last season and this season, so far Graham Gano has done a very good job for us. Very, very good job. And the 3 for 3 on field goals was huge because obviously the first one, made it 5-3, but then we scored one to make it 12-3, but then we got the one to put it up to 15, and then it kicked another far one to make it 18. So they were huge field goals, especially in a tight game. Field goals are huge. Logan Ryan, I don't know if it was his press conference or what it was, where somebody asked him in the locker room or something like that, but he said Daniel Jones was wide receiver number 1, running back number 1, and quarterback number 1 during the game. Because he pretty much did it all. Daniel Jones was 29 out of 33, 69.6% passing completion, with David Sills out there. All right, Dante Pettis, Colin Johnson running routes out there. And he completed almost, if you round it up, it's about 70% of his passes got completed. Phenomenal job. He only had 203 yards, but we didn't need him to do a lot, and he certainly didn't lose the ball game for us. As I said, but Sterling Shepard wasn't playing, right? Kadarius Toney wasn't playing. Kenny Golladay, our 3 best wide receivers, were not playing. Okay, 3 best wide receivers, and then of course for me, I'm biased, so you got all right. It is what it is, but Saquon needs better help with his blocking and all that and everything. But to me, he's the best in football. All right, if you get him out in space with the moves and all that, he catches passes and all that. I'd rather have him on our team than anybody. I wish he would stop getting hurt, but I would rather have Saquon in the backfield than anybody. Okay, but as I said, Daniel Jones had 203 yards passing, and I said, those 4 guys were missing. All right, you go to almost any team in the NFL, go to Tom Brady, take out Godwin, take out Brown, take out Evans, and take out Leonard Fournette. All right, Tom, go ahead, try to win some football games. Good luck. Right. Go to Dallas. All right, now you don't have Dak. Okay, you don't have Zeke. You don't have ABCD Lamb. Gallup's still hurt. Okay, so he's out, and then you don't have Amari Cooper. Okay, now good luck trying to win. Good luck trying to put up 30, 40 points. Not happening. So what Daniel Jones did, okay, against the guys he had on the field was absolutely phenomenal. He had the 1 touchdown. He had no interceptions. He had no fumbles. He had he ran the ball 8 times for 28 yards. He also caught the 1 pass for 16 yards. That just goes to show you his athletic ability. And you can't compare him to Tom Brady. There's no comparison. But you look at what Daniel Jones, the catch. Remember Tom Brady in the Super Bowl against the Eagles? I know the Eagle fans were making fun of him because they threw a pass to him and he kind of alligator arms. Sorry, that's my wife calling me. I got to call her back as soon as this video's over. He alligator armed the ball, But it's just going to show you what a phenomenal athlete Daniel Jones is, right? That catch seemed to awaken the offense, okay, a little bit. The score was 5-3. He caught the ball with 4:55 left in the third quarter, and the Giants wound up scoring 20 points. And I was going to say like the final 16 minutes, but they scored with about a minute to go in the third, and then with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth, they scored. So like within about like 11-minute period, they scored 20 points. So that catch seemed to kind of awaken them, you know, get them all going. I mean, he took that hit. I was like, oh my goodness. And then he got up, handed the ball to the ref, and walked back to the huddle. Now, man, I hope he's okay. And it was a huge matchup, huge, between Matt Rule and Joe Judge, because remember, Matt Rule was possibly, he's a big Giant fan. He was a fan of Parcells, and he loved the Giants and all that. And it looked like, you know, his record in college, you know, coming from Baylor and all that, you know, looked like he was going to be the next coach of the Giants. Well, he made a stop in Carolina, and I think after Carolina, he was supposed to make his way up here to Jersey to talk to Mr. Mara about maybe becoming a coach. He landed in Carolina, and he never left. So now the Giants are kind of like, oh my goodness, who are we getting now? You know, so we wound up with Joe Judge, obviously. So this is a huge matchup. It just goes to show you know, it's like, okay, Carolina, you guys got your coach. You took him away from us, possibly, okay, because we were possibly going to hire him. All right, so you took him away. Okay, well, we just stomped your ass. All right, so how do you like us now? All right, so this was a huge matchup, and after the game, Mr. Mara had to be at least patting himself on the back, at least a little bit, saying, I think we got the better of the coaches. So I'm glad that Carolina wound up taking Rule. I'll take Judge. Okay, so this was a huge matchup. Now, next Monday night, okay, don't forget Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are reeling a little bit. They're not looking too good. And Patrick Mahomes took a nice hit. But it was a hard hit to his head and all that, and he got checked for a concussion. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on him. All right, I'm sure he passed concussions, and he'll probably be okay and all of that. But he took a nice hit toward the end of that game there. When the game was out of hand and he didn't have to be in there, and he took a hit like that. But next Monday night, so there ain't no Sunday football for the Giants. It's next Monday night. This is when we get that. We got the Monday night against Kansas City. Then we got a couple weeks go by. Then we got another on the road against Kansas City. Then we got the Monday night on the road against Tampa Bay. So it's going to be a huge game for the Giants. You know, as I said, you know, Kansas City doesn't look like the same team as they have been the past few years that have gone to the Super Bowl. So they're not saying the Giants are going to win. I'm not saying they got a real good shot at winning or whatever, but I'm just saying Kansas City's been not looking very Kansas City-like, okay? They got their defense is not very good at all, okay? If the Giants can get a couple, Saquon's may not come back for like 2 weeks, but man, if we can get Shepard back or something, anybody, maybe Andrew, not Andrew Tom, but I mean, if we get Shepard back, maybe Kadarius Toney, maybe, that would be huge, but no Sunday football, Monday night next week. And this is going to make it very, very tough for the Giants to start trading some guys. All right. The trade deadline is next Tuesday, so we got 8 days from today. All right. The trade deadline is, coming to an end. So the Giants just come off a nice win, and it's like, man, if we start trading guys, we maybe try to tank our season. Wow, now do we want to keep Evan Ingram? Do we want to trade him? Do we want to get rid of Jabrill Peppers? Do we want to try to trade? It's going to make it even tougher to start trading some guys after you come up with a win like this. So we'll have to wait and see. But after Monday night, they still have Tuesday to get rid of some guys. So, but I'm saying just when you come up with a nice juicy win like this, and you're 2-5, and you still got 10 games to go, it's going to make it harder and harder to start trading off your ball players. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!